Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Eala braces for US Open debut in New York. Filipino tennis hotshot Eala arrived in New York City on Thursday, Manila time, to prepare for her debut in the US Open main draw. On her Instagram page, she is seen with the city skyline, with the simple caption reading, "New York, New York." Because of missing 2 tournaments in August because of a shoulder injury, Eala's Women's Tennis Association (WTA) ranking dropped to 70th as of August 18th. At the live rankings, she is expected to slip to 73rd due to the long tournament break that saw her miss the Cincinnati Open and the Abierto GNP Seguros Monterrey Open in Mexico due to the injury. She earlier achieved a career high of 56 back in July, following successful stints at the Miami Open that saw her upset higher-seeded opponents and at the Eastbourne Open, where she made the finals. Filipino-Canadian star Leylah Fernandez is also expected to take part in the US Open. While qualifying rounds are already underway in the US Open, Eala is expected to be in the main draw, which starts on Sunday, with world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka as the defending champion. It will also mark Eala's first hard surface tournament for this year's season. As of press time, Eala's first opponent in the US Open is yet to be revealed. The US Open will be held from August 24th to September 7th at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in Flushing, Queens, New York. It was a humid August morning in New York. The air was thick with energy, the kind that only the Big Apple could offer. Yellow cabs honked in rhythm with the pulse of the city. Somewhere near Flushing Meadows, a young Filipina stood still on the blue court, her racket gripped in one hand, her other palm wiping away sweat from her brow. Alexandra Eala, 19 years old, was about to step into her dream, the US Open, the final Grand Slam of the year, a place where legends were made, or unmade. This wasn't her first time in New York, but it was her debut in the main draw of the tournament. No more juniors, no more warm-ups. This was the big league. Serena had walked here. So had Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. And now so would she. Chapter 1, The Letter. Months before this moment, back home in Manila, a letter had arrived. It came through email at first, clean, formal, and seemingly ordinary. But when Alex opened it, her heart nearly stopped. Congratulations. You have been granted a wild card entry into the 2025 US Open Women's Singles main draw. She read it again, and again. Then silence. Her mom screamed. Her younger brother jumped up and down. Her father, always stoic, simply nodded and said, "You're ready." But was she? Chapter 2, Before the Storm. In the weeks leading up to the tournament, Alex trained harder than she ever had. Early morning sprints, countless hours on the court, and video replays of her potential opponents at night. She studied their weaknesses, their patterns. But more importantly, she studied herself, her tendencies, her hesitations, her strengths. Coach Martin, a no-nonsense Spaniard who had worked with her at the Rafael Nadal Academy, kept reminding her of one thing. New York doesn't care who you are. It'll test your patience, your confidence, even your love for the game. But if you play with heart, the city will listen. She carried those words with her on the plane to JFK. Chapter 3, The City Speaks. New York had a sound. Not just noise, a sound. It was the blend of subway rumbles, court sneakers squeaking, and the faint roar of fans echoing down concrete alleys. On her first practice day at Flushing Meadows, Alex walked alone to court 17, earbuds in, but no music playing. She wanted to hear the city. A bald kid greeted her with a hesitant, "Good luck, Miss Eala." And she smiled. The court felt sacred, the kind of place that demanded respect, but also gave energy to those who respected it back. She warmed up, letting her strokes loosen, letting the rhythm build. The echo of each hit against the racket strings became a conversation between her and the city. Thwack. I belong here. Thwack. I'm not just a wild card. Thwack. I've earned this. Chapter 4, Match Day. Her first round opponent was a seasoned top 50 player from Italy. A clay court veteran with a lethal forehand and a reputation for mind games. Focus on the ball, not the name. Coach Martin said during their final prep. Inside the locker room, Alex sat quietly, headphones on. This time, the music played. A mix of Filipino OPM and some old-school hip-hop. Her own blend. Her own identity. Walking into Arthur Ashe Stadium, yes, Arthur Ashe, where the main match of the day was unexpectedly moved due to rain, Alex felt her legs shake a little. It was surreal. Thousands in the stands. Cameras zoomed in. Commentators pronouncing her name carefully. Some stumbling over it. She didn't mind. Let them learn. The first set went quickly. 6-2 to her opponent. The Italian was aggressive, consistent, and intimidating. Every shot Alex made seemed to come back with twice the force. But then something shifted in the second. A break point. A long rally. A powerful backhand down the line. Cheers erupted, not just polite applause, but cheers. The New York crowd, known for its brutal honesty, was waking up to the Filipina newcomer. A girl with fire in her eyes and the calm of someone who had nothing to lose. She took the second set 7-5. Chapter 5, Between Sets. During the changeover before the third set, Alex looked up at the crowd. Among the sea of faces, she spotted a small group waving the Philippine flag. Tears threatened to well up, but she blinked them back. This wasn't just about her anymore. It was about every young girl back home hitting forehands on cracked courts. Every fan who had watched her rise from the juniors, winning the girls' doubles title in 2022, wondering if she'd ever make the leap. It was about showing the world that greatness can come from the archipelago, too. Chapter 6, The Final Game. It all came down to this, 5-4, third set, Alex serving for the match. The stadium was electric. Fault. Second serve. She took a breath, tossed the ball, and struck. Ace. 15-0. Next point, a long rally. She came to the net. Drop volley. 30-0. Then came nerves, 2 double faults. 30-30. Coach Martin stood in the player's box, stone-faced. She bounced the ball. Once. Twice. Serve. Return. Forehand. Backhand. Forehand. Lob. Smash. Alex. 40-30, match point. The crowd stood. Final serve. She went down the tee. The Italian lunged. Net. Game, set, match. Alex Eala. Chapter 7, The Aftermath. In the press room later that day, someone asked her, Alex, you're the first Filipina to win a match in the U.S. Open main draw. How does it feel? She smiled, a little stunned, and said, It feels like home isn't so far away after all. Another reporter asked if she felt pressure being a role model. I feel honored, she replied. I carry the flag not because I have to, but because I want to. Epilogue, A City That Listens.